Ronnie's on his way back to the Philippines, hitting New York on the way there. And now we've got this whole, what is it? Which variant is it?
The Delta variant.
The Delta variant.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, I was supposed to, the original plan was I was going to stay there for a week in New York because I'm in New Hampshire now, stay in New York a week before my flight, fly out to the Philippines. But because of this Delta variant, it's kind of ruined my plans. And I was supposed to stay in an Airbnb with a couple friends, a friend that's already in New York, and for that week. And a couple days ago, she tested positive for the Delta variant. And
the dental variant where your teeth get really achy.
Yeah.
And they can't really smell anything. So it's a problem. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So she's a nurse. And she said, well, you know, we were talking to Heidi Haddad about that. And she said that she made an observation when I told her the story that if she didn't get tested, because she needed to get tested before she go in the hospital because she is a nurse, she wouldn't have known that she even had it. Because she's vaccinated. She just felt kind of weird that day. That's it.
That's the thing. And I don't want to get political because, you know, but it is like, oh, the Delta. Look, and I know you're going to the Philippines and that's a whole other kettle of peas because not as many people are vaccinated because it's not as easy to get vaccinated. But so you don't want to bring the Delta variant there because, you know, so many people are at risk. But for if you're vaccinated and you get it, it's like, gee, I feel a little off. It's not killing people. It's not killing vaccinated people. She said as if she knew what she was talking about. But I think I do.
Yeah. I mean, she's vaccinated. She's all vaccinated up. And she didn't feel but the only reason that she's quarantined right now is because we're all afraid of spreading it to people who are unvaccinated. Like, we don't want to be the reason anyone gets sick or something were to happen, you know? We don't want to be that reason, which is kind of crazy if everyone was just vaccinated.
But I kind of feel like people that choose not to get vaccinated, that's a different story than if you're like somewhere where you can't get it, like the Philippines. That's true. I mean, right? So people who choose not to get vaccinated, if they get sick, that's on them. I kind of think that because they've made a choice which I almost made. And if I was somebody who had made that choice to not get vaccinated and you got me sick, I would go, well, those are the consequences of my choice.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't be, and even if I died, my fault. It's on me. No, it is.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So it cut my New York trip short, which was kind of a bummer. And I'll only be in New York for 2 days, but I won't be seeing her. Which sucks because I haven't seen her in a long time. And we made plans and all this. I just can't get tested. I can't test positive before I get in the plane and when I land. So I have to, I can't take any risks. But interesting that you mentioned that the Philippines and how it was really hard to get the vaccine. And there was only like limited. And also they're doing that thing where like you get 2 doses, right? But both doses, they won't tell you what vaccine brand. They wouldn't tell you and it would be mixed up. It's all crazy. But just a few days ago, the U.S. and the Philippines striked a military deal. And 2 days after that, there was about 3 million free Moderna vaccines shipped over to the Philippines 2 days later. Yeah.
From where?
From the U.S. to the Philippines.
Right on. So the Philippines and the U.S. are essentially allies? Is that what you're saying? Like sort of officially allies?
Well, it's interesting because
look at us getting all political. Getting all global.
Look, I have no idea what the hell I'm talking about.
Okay, I don't either. So I'm going to, I think we're a good pair. So you go.
Yeah. So, I know that for a fact that in the South China Sea, there are some islands that supposedly the Chinese have been slowly taking over, which belong to the Philippines, which is causing tension between the Chinese and the Philippines and the U.S. And but in more recent years with our President Duterte, he has been he's been kind of cozying up with the Chinese, which has been, making the U.S. kind of worried. And it's kind of become some sort of weird bidding war for the Philippines. With the Philippines on, who
who's going to win their affection, right? Are the
Pretty
Philippines
much.
going to turn towards, or were they going to turn towards the U.S.? Hey guys, look what I got. I got you some vaccines. Or are they going to turn towards China, who's like, hey, we're going to take your fucking islands, bitches. Right? That's
It's like, well, the thing about China is they got the money, Yeah. That's great.
Good, right?
Yeah, it's really good. It's really good. So I mean, it's either near here or there. The great thing is that there's 3 million vaccines coming to the Philippines, to a place that was very, it was very hard to get. So
fantastic.
That's the upside to all that.
That's what matters. And
that's
what
really what
matters
I care about.
Is it came from the U.S. and it makes us look good.
And God, do we need that?
Because sometimes our PR is not looking so good.
Not too hot.
Yeah. Although I don't know. I think we got China beat. And, again, I'm getting political. Let's move off of this. Let's talk about my lipstick color, if we could. Yeah, so that's the big news. I have nothing to beat that. Walked the dog. She rolled in the sand. She rolled in some seaweed. We made friends with the dog. Oh, I will say that there was, this is my big news, okay? We made friends with a Labradoodle, who was the size of a Great Dane, kind of gray, like the goofiest looking Labradoodle I've ever seen. And he's like a puppy, just straining to get at Callie. And Callie's like, I don't know. And he got a little chubby for her. He got a little puppy erection for my dog.
Oh,
she played hard to get. Yeah, he did. He did. So that's my big news. You've got like Delta variants and international travel. I have a horny puppy. That's it. That's what I got for you.
I think your story is better.
Thank you. I didn't want to say that, but I'm glad you did.
Losing it, losing it, losing it, losing it, losing it, losing it, losing it. If you